Hello, my name is Karen Hughes. In this module, we're going to discuss how to create a Q network model in BMC TrueSight Capacity Optimization as part of the BMC TrueSight Capacity Optimization how-to video series. In its simplest form, a Q network model is just a mathematical representation of a service, application, or infrastructure that includes both business drivers and systems. The Q network models are used to predict future system utilization, throughput, queue length, and response time based on the impact of a change to the business drivers running on those systems. And there are two types of Q network models: express Q network models and customized Q network models. If you look at the time frame or the steps in order to accomplish this, you first have to create a baseline. Then you have to simulate some type of activity, meaning evaluating utilizations and capacity against KPIs or business forecast. Then you simulate some type of what-if change, which could include increases to the business service or a change in service demand, or a change in some type of hardware, and then you re-execute it to understand the impact. So if you look at the inputs and outputs, the input to a Q network model is any one or more resource utilizations of the infrastructure, one or more business drivers that are impacting those resources, a correlation or performance versus load analysis of those two items together, and optionally you can add some type of threshold or resource utilization or response time. The output is going to give you the estimated resource utilization, response time, residual capacity, as well as queue lengths. So if we take a look at doing or executing a what-if scenario in a Q network model, you can make changes to workload volumes, as well as you can make changes to the system configuration. So let's take a look and see how we can create one of these in BMC TrueSight Capacity Optimization. Okay, so let's log on to the solution, navigate to the workspace, go to the works, the domain, and then the works area where we want to create our model, and we'll say add model. In this case, the wizard's going to appear, and we could either choose to create an express Q network model or the customized Q network model. So let's do the express one. We click next, and it's going to ask us for our PLA, the input to what we want to do. And this is important because depending on what correlation you use will depend on how many metrics and systems are actually in the model itself. Then it's going to choose or read from that correlation what measured metric is going to be included in our Q network model, which in this particular case was CPU, and we'll just do service demands. Once we do that, we'll give it a name and click on Finish. That gives us the baseline for our Q network model. So you see the systems and you see the business drivers, and we don't have any scenarios. So the next thing we do is we want to add a scenario. So to do that, you first want to run predictions, and that's going to give you, in essence, an overall feel for how your systems are performing and the corresponding KPIs. So here you can see your queue length, you can see your response time graphs, you can see your throughput, and you can see your utilization. So if we go back to the actual model what-if scenario itself, you'll see that there's only a utilization threshold of 70%, which we did not hit. In fact, you can see we're not even at that level. And now we can perform our what-ifs. So then at this point, you can make your what-if changes. This includes making configuration changes or making changes to service demands, and then seeing how that would impact these other graphs. But that will be done in another module. So that's how easy it is to create a Q network model. And that concludes this module in the BMC TrueSight Capacity Optimization how-to video series. I want to thank you for your time and look forward to you listening to other how-to videos as part of the series in the future. Thanks and have a great day.